You'll learn how to quit procrastinating, boost your productivity, and identify the things you should prioritize over others in this book synopsis from Tracy's Eat That Frog book. Introduction. How does it benefit me? Make every effort to be more productive. To finish this project, I would have liked additional time. Before the visit from the in-laws, how will I fix the table? There is no way I can finish all of this. Feels like home? At home or at work, we are continuously under pressure from an absurd quantity of things to perform. We become upset because, when we do attempt to address issues, we lack the time to complete them as effectively as they should be. You can relate, right? The good news is that getting more things done won't require a significant life change or surgery. To perform better, you only need to be a little bit more productive. Those topics are covered in these summaries. Learn to eat that frog, or start with the biggest, most difficult, most critical tasks, while developing greater discipline and focus. Discover a more efficient version of yourself by taking control of your to-do lists. What you will learn from these summaries is: which of your duties should be prioritized over the others? One easy approach to increase productivity by 25%, and cooks are excellent role models for preparation that leads to high productivity. A solid plan is the foundation of every successful objective. Commence at the beginning. You feel as though you have no spare time because of how much work you have to accomplish, including running errands and attending meetings. When you need to tackle everything, how do you begin? Your goals must be established before you can take any action. Since knowing what needs to be done is a requirement for productivity, clarity is a crucial component. So the first step in combating procrastination is identifying the things that are most important. Instead of attempting to organize things in your thoughts, it is a good idea to put your goals in writing. One crucial fact to keep in mind is that just 3% of adults manage their time with written goals, but they accomplish 5 to 10 times more than the average person. Even those with advanced degrees perform less well than those who set goals in writing. Make a time schedule after you've described your objectives. Your ambitions can be broken down into a series of manageable steps. Checklists, too. Your goals become more clear thanks to them. You'll feel pleased of yourself when you consider the jobs you've performed in the past. In addition, you'll have greater drive to continue. You may be surprised to learn that working from a list increases productivity by 25%. When you don't have to make a decision, time is greatly reduced. The 80-20 rule, commonly known as the Pareto principle, can help you operate even more productively. Every list of 10 chores should have 2 that are much more important than the others, according to the 80-20 rule. Don't forget those 2. The majority of people make the error of delaying the 20% of their tasks that are truly important in favor of the easier things, the other 80%. Setting priorities and concentrating on them are key ideas number 2. Consider executing it effectively once you've decided what you want to do. How? You should decide what is important to you. Take a moment to consider the effects of your choices. Do you have a goal in mind? The greatest day-to-day decisions are considerably more likely to be made by those who can picture how they'll feel in the future. This was confirmed through research. The best predictor of social mobility, according to a Harvard study, is having long-term goals. More so than one's educational background or social background, it serves as a strong predictor. Your priorities can be more easily maintained if you use the AB technique. By writing a list of chores and allocating each one a letter from A to E, you can use the ABT approach. The S can be ignored if you don't have time, but the A items are given top attention. The behind-the-scenes segment of your Star Wars DVD, for instance, might be an E task. Editing your resume and searching for new employment could be A tasks. The A items on your list, which are often the most difficult, are your frogs when you're going through it. First, consume those. The key to success is completing your A chores first. Till the job is over, don't stop. To achieve your goals, put all of your willpower into it. Consider your application for a new job as your top priority, or your frog, for instance. Gathering recommendations, polishing your resume, and searching your network for potential connections are just a few of the many tasks involved in achieving that goal. To finish the assignment, focus your attention. Your CV will take twice as long to revise and contain more errors if you start it and then get distracted by Facebook. Pay attention to the current task. Third key concept. Self-examination is the key to progress. Planning well is just one aspect of productivity. You have to continuously changing as you figure out the best ways to carry out your goals because it's a never-ending learning process. The options for doing this are numerous. Your atmosphere must be ideal first. Seek for a place where you can fully think and be who you are. Make sure it is clean after that. Clean out the dust from your desk so that you are more comfortable when it is. Make sure everything is prepared by checking it again afterwards. Bring together everything you'll need to complete your most crucial duties. Without all the necessary components, you cannot begin cooking. Knowing your own strengths is another essential aspect of knowing oneself. Every individual is distinct because of a unique talent. Then, discover yours and make the most of it. It's possible that you are extremely important to others because of your unique skill. It's possible that you excel at interacting with people, communicating in foreign languages, handling pressure, and handling numbers. Ask the correct questions to help you identify your skill. What do you find easy that others find difficult? What has made you successful in life so far? Never stop learning. To sum it up, everything you do has room for improvement. Keep learning at all times. Maintaining your talents and increasing your confidence will come from constantly working to improve them. Take a moment to consider all the chances you have to keep learning. You might not be aware that the typical motorist logs 500 to 1,000 hours on the road annually. Listen to audio programs to pass the time. This can be a wonderful time to practice your French if you are a native speaker but haven't done so since your last vacation overseas. Utilize your current circumstance to your benefit by starting the road to improvement for yourself. 4. Maintaining positivity and self-control will help you perform at your best. Without training and discipline, there is no such thing as success. Although that might sound like a scene from a kung fu movie, that is a really significant statement. Don't forget that your physique is what drives your achievement. Take care of yourself since a machine works better when it is adequately maintained. Working efficiently requires being both physically and intellectually alert. Likewise, avoid becoming too worn out. You might not be aware that after 8 hours of non-stop labor, your productivity starts to diminish. A person ages similarly like a machine that has been in operation for too long. You'll work much more effectively when you're rested. Consequently, sleep for 8 hours every night. Identifying your peak productivity period of the day is also crucial. Most people perform their best work in the morning after a restful night's sleep. When are you most imaginative and knowledgeable? Becoming a self-motivating machine is the ultimate goal. Become your own biggest cheerleader because your thoughts have a tremendous impact on your emotions. In actuality, the words we use to say to ourselves account for 95% of our emotions. Always try to be positive. Look for the positive in every circumstance, take lessons from your failures, and search for a solution to every issue. This will help you to construct your ideal world. You get power through positive thought. You grow in self-assurance and imagination as a result. Therefore, constantly remind yourself of your greatness. Even if you don't believe it at first, you'll start to believe it. The ability to manage difficult tasks will also improve. Creativity-based procrastination is a crucial component of self-discipline. When you deliberately decide which tasks you can put off or omit, you are engaging in creative procrastination. People frequently put off their most crucial duties. On the other hand, efficient people have the ability to purposefully put off more pointless pursuits, like watching TV. Priorities are replaced with posteriorities. Things that can wait till later or even not at all are not priorities. Key concept 5. Recognize your obstacles and find ways to go through them. Success can be planned for, but success can also be achieved. You will come across numerous challenges along the way that you never would have expected. How are they to be beaten? To begin with, identify the obstacles preventing you from achieving your objectives. You may be constrained by a variety of factors such as other people, your own inadequacies, or a lack of resources. If you allow it, nearly anything can hinder you. It can be tempting to attribute your failures to circumstances outside of your control, though. When times are difficult, people frequently become angry with their families or jobs, believing that they are to blame. So be careful not to ignore your own personal limitations. You might not have the knowledge, expertise, or aptitude necessary at first to accomplish your objective. While it's simple to identify the obstacles that are beyond your control, internal obstacles tend to be the most potent ones that hinder you. Feeling overburdened by everything you need to do to advance is acceptable at this point. So concentrate on finishing one work at a time. In this manner, your progress will be more steady. You can only move on to the next task after finishing the first one. The same principles apply to both fitness and strength training. By squatting 200 pounds, you cannot begin. You'll get stronger and stronger until you reach your goal, though, if you exercise every day and make gradual improvements. Organize yourself with a high standard. Waiting for encouragement from loved ones or your boss to pursue your goals is unwise. You should drive yourself. Using the following trick, think about finding out unexpectedly that you are leaving for a vacation tomorrow. What would be required of you prior to leaving? You should take care of those tasks as soon as possible. If you make eating the frog a habit, you will do so frequently. You'll join the 2% of workers who can work independently if you can do that consistently. Leadership describes them. Take charge of your own time, according to main idea 6. Being productive also requires another factor. If you've ever felt that you didn't have enough time to complete all of the necessary important tasks, you already understand what it is. Timing management. Unfortunately, you cannot divide every task. Long periods of uninterrupted focus are frequently necessary for the most difficult tasks. As an illustration, think about a successful salesperson. They have to dedicate a lot of time to calling clients and getting feedback from them because they can't always be on the floor. Having an accurate mental schedule for the day is helpful. Start setting up appointments with yourself, and keep them, if you're having trouble managing your time effectively. Your day can be more manageable if you divide it up into time slots. For instance, the salesperson might put something in the schedule like 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock, follow up with prospects. Another option is to use your morning hours to focus on tasks you can complete on your own, such as responding to emails. Save the other tasks for your afternoon at the hectic office. Plan ahead, but don't hesitate to act too soon afterward, even though it's important to do so. Flow is a state of mind that can only be attained through regular, productive work. When ideas flow easily, flow is occurring. When you're in your flow, your creativity will increase and you'll work more effectively and effortlessly. When you feel an urgent need to complete the task at hand, flow will begin to take over your mind. Act now and complete it rather than just talking about it. Eat the frog, and you'll gradually develop an inner drive that pushes you beyond your present capabilities. You can achieve your goals if you put yourself on the right path and are persistent. The conclusion. In this book, the main idea is: establishing your identity and goals will help you overcome procrastination. Face your restrictions, make a schedule, and eat your frogs. You will hone your ability to stay on the path to success by finishing your most crucial tasks first. Helpful suggestions. Make a to-do list. More productive than those who don't use lists are those who do. When you review your to-do list at the end of the day, it makes you feel accomplished and helps you stay on track. To purchase this self-help book, click the link in the description box below. I appreciate you watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and share with your loved ones.